Alright, let's finish up today with some awesome math. You may not think so, but that doesn't matter because I think so. Alright, so these two polygons or shapes have the same perimeter. In other words, outside distance. So if you walked around the first shape, it would be the same as walking around the second shape as far as distance. So we're going to solve for x and identify the properties that we use along the way. So I'm going to solve my math on the left. So I'm going to put math. And then this is going to be my properties on the right. Okay, so on the left, I'm going to set up my equation so that the outside of this shape is equal to the outside of that shape. So the outside of this shape is x plus 5 plus 2 plus x plus 2 plus 5 equals, we may need to move our properties a line. We'll finish writing our equation first. 3 plus 3 halves x plus 5 plus 4 plus 2 properties. Good thing we shorten all of our properties. Alright, so then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my line down the middle. And I'm going to notice this side has two x's, so that's 2x, because this is 1x and 1x. It also has a 5 plus 2 of 2 plus 5. So 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 2 is 9, plus another 5 is 14. Okay, so I've got 2x plus 14 on that side. And then on the right, I've got a 3 halves x. Oh, I missed a piece. Plus 5 plus 4 plus 2 plus... This is the piece I missed. 3 halves x. Good thing we don't need to write a property there. Okay, so we've got a 3 halves x and a 3 halves x. 3 halves plus 3 halves is 3. You can check that with a calculator if you want. So I've got, well, it's 6 halves and 6 halves is 3. So we've got 3x. And then we've also got to combine all these like terms. So we've got a 3, a 5, a 4, and a 2. So 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 4 is 12, plus 2 is 14. So we've got 3x plus 14. Yes, 14. Okay, so now I want all my x's to be on one side. So I'm going to move everything to the left. So I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. And I get negative 1x, and I still have the plus 14 over here, equals 14. This is going to be tricky. Okay, so now I need to subtract 14 from both sides. So then I have negative 1x equals 14 minus 14 is 0. Strange. Oh, we forgot one piece. That's why. Plus 4 minus 4. There we go. Now instead of 14, this is 10. Now instead of 14, this is 10 minus 4. Whew! This is negative 4. There we go. Now I need to divide by negative 1. And I get x equals 4. Okay, so now I need to write down the properties. So this first property, we just simplified. Second property, we used the subtraction property of equality. And then on this next one, we used again the subtraction property of equality. And then here we used the division because we divided. This is subtracting. This is subtracting. Here we simplified. Okay, division property of equality. And we ended up with x equals 4, which makes sense with the problem because this can be 4, this can be 4, that makes sense. This can be 4 times 3 halves, that's a number that's pretty. I'm pretty sure that's a not negative number because 4 times something is going to be bigger than 4. So that makes sense with the problem. Alright. Hopefully you're feeling okay. That one was tricky. Alright. So each of the following figures have an unusual property that the value of its perimeter, remember perimeter just means outside, in feet is equal to the value of area in square feet. For the following, write the equation, solve for x, and identify the properties, and find the value of the perimeter and area. So there's 3 steps for each of these. So I'm going to help you with the first one, and then you guys have the next 2 on your own, okay? So on this first one, we're going to first set up, we've got to figure out area. So area, we're going to have to add the area of the triangle plus the area of the rectangle. Then perimeter is just the distance around the outside. So this one's easy. This is just x plus 4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 4. We don't have to count the inside stuff, right? So the area for the triangle is going to be 1/2 times base, which is x, times height, which is 3. We have to add that to area of the rectangle, which is going to be 4 times x. Perfect. So now we need to set up the equation. So the equation is going to be my area equals my perimeter. So I'm going to simplify before I set it up. So I've got 1/2 times 3 times, so 1/2 times 3 is 1.5 x plus 4x equals, then we've got 4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 4. So that's x, 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 5 is 14, plus 4 is 18. So we've got x plus 18. Okay, so we can combine like terms on this side over here. So we've got on the left side, 1.5x plus 4x is 5.5x equals x plus 18, and this was just simplify. Then if we subtract my 1x from both sides, I get 4.5x equals 18, and this is like the first time that I'm actually going to need the calculator, so I'm going to start opening that now. Okay, and this was my subtraction property of equality. Okay, and then from here we would need to divide both sides by the 4.5. So divide by 4.5, divide by 4.5, we get x equals, got 18 divided by 4.5. We get 4. And this is my division property of equality because we divided. So that's my division property of equality. This is my subtraction property of equality. And this was my simplify step. And I ended up with the answer of x equals 4. Now I want to find, so this was step 1, was set up the equation. This was step 2, the solving part. Then step 3 is finding the area, which we've already set up. So we've got 1/2 times 4 times 3 plus 4 times 4. I'm just going to plug that straight into a calculator. I'm not going to do any unnecessary steps here. So I'm going to do 1 divided by 2 for 1/2, parenthesis 4, close parenthesis, parenthesis 3, close parenthesis, plus 4 parenthesis 4, close parenthesis. Then I'm going to hit enter, and I get 22. So the area is 22, and if they're equal, is that what my perimeter equals? Yes. So that means that my perimeter is also 22, and you can check that by plugging into the equation. There's my perimeter, there's my area. Alright, so what I want you guys to do is do the same thing here. This one, my suggestion is break it into 3 rectangles. And just realize that this line right here is x minus 1. Okay? So it's x minus 1, x minus 1. Then my suggestion here, remember the area is going to be half of a circle, which is pi r squared for the top. So that's the area of that piece. Plus, you're going to want to add the area of the rectangle. And then for perimeter, you're going to want half of 2 pi r plus the rectangle. Plus, it's not the whole rectangle, it's just that bottom part of the rectangle. Okay, so there's your hints for those two problems. Once you're finished with that, go ahead and write your recap, and you are done for the day.